Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Reality Sanctum podcast with your host, me, Mr. JLY, and I think our co-host is somewhere. I will find him later. But before I get into today's podcast, remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to watch more episodes of when they come out, I guess. My guest today is also a Fortnite lore and storyline person like me. I actually have a 6,230 subscribers. I don't know, we should do some sort of subscriber war because we're kind of close. He's on 6,200, I'm 6,400, so we might have to declare some sort of subscriber war in that case. But yes, our today's guest is Tedious. Make yourself known.
Here we go. Oh, that was a bit.
See, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to get right.
We got it right.
Oh, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I definitely think we should get a subscriber war going because it's been like I've been on top and then you've been ahead for quite a while now.
Yeah, you've caught up. You've had some bangers. You must have had some bangers. You've caught up.
Yeah.
So very well done on that. Right.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know if you want to stand behind one of the desks. You can make yourself at home.
There we go.
Chat. Hope you're doing well. Right, guys, are you liking the new background?
Hi, chat.
Lit of course here.
It was me.
As in the whole time.
What's up?
Oh my, the grand reveal.
The grand reveal. So we're all okay today? Tedious, you okay? I know you had to get up early.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good stuff. Lit, you good?
Doing lit as usual.
Good stuff. I tell you what, there was some doubt about this podcast. I woke up Thursday morning with a massive headache. I felt really ill. I thought, oh no way. I thought that was it. I thought I was going to give it a day, but I was 12 hours later. I was superb. So thank God we could get this episode out of the way. But
headaches are bad on the first day you get them, but even worse the next day.
No, I was fine. 12 hours later, I was fine. But I think it might be a contributing factor. Although a contributing factor might have been my boiler broke, so I woke up in freezing cold. Absolute, freezing. Anyway, enough about the small talk.
Hey, thank you,
Cyan. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Wow. Two legends together. We love to see it. Thank you, Cyan.
Thank you for calling me a legend. I know you were talking about me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, so with the actual football World Cup starting soon, I know there was some talk of a Fortnite World Cup being announced at the FNCS Invitational, but that didn't get announced. What did get announced is the end of Chapter 3 altogether. We're moving into a new chapter with the Fractured Event. But Tedious, do you feel like this chapter deserves a little bit more time, maybe a season 5? Or do you feel like it's the right time to end this chapter?
Look, when I saw the news, I was like, okay, Fracture, it sounds sort of like the ominous type of feel that most Fortnite events feel like, and I was excited for that part of it. But I definitely feel like Chapter 3 has more to offer, especially on the fact, right, we're ending a chapter on a season with little story content. I found that a bit disappointing.
Yes.
But, no, I think if they can find a way to maybe give us another set of quests or leave it quite mysterious, I mean, either way, it's going to be good. And Epic always finds a way to bring their community back into the game.
I would say,
personally, I would have preferred. Oh yeah, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, carry on.
I would have preferred if it went to Chapter 3, Season 5, maybe even Season 6, if they could have sort of, kept it going for a little bit longer. But as long as they don't just cut us off here and say, oh, the Chrome just took over the island, because I feel like that's quite a basic sort of set of plot that's going to carry out. I would be disappointed with that. But if it's a unique way to end off a chapter, as long as they make it different and surprise us in some element, I think that should be fine.
Great. To be fair about this chapter ending, I was looking through my videos and I was quite in not support, but I just felt like this chapter would be a lot shorter. Back in Chapter 3, Season 2, we had the Battle Boss loading image leak for the next season, and the sun progressively started to set. And I sort of said, I sort of said then, I wonder if they're sort of line up for this chapter to end in Season 4, because it would make sense. So I was already saying in season 2, and I thought maybe this chapter will be short. And with the pacing of that season, we had the collision, so the storyline was quite hot at that moment. But yeah, season 3. Yeah, season 3 slowed down. Obviously, it was a bit of a rest in the story, which stories, films, and TV shows that happens. But yeah, this season started really fast. We had 1 week of Paradise challenges, and this was interesting. Then we had a break. Then we had the Nothing challenges, which was again very interesting. And then we had this massive thing where we didn't have anything. If you asked me at the first week of the season if I felt like this was the end of the chapter season, I would say, yeah, I feel like this will be the end of the chapter. If you asked me a few days ago, I'd say, no, I'm feeling a bit more like maybe season 5 will happen.
Yeah.
But obviously, they might have slowed that down because they wasn't sure about Creative 2.0. They were like, oh, do we delay that for chapter play out of season 5? So maybe people were saying they've changed their mind on extending it, but maybe it's the other way around when they were like, okay, we're always sure we're going to end this chapter very short, season 4, and then maybe they started to go, oh, maybe with 2.0 being delayed, maybe we want to push this chapter a couple more seasons. So maybe it's the other way around and not that. I don't know how you feel about people saying that maybe they've changed their mind about this chapter being why it's so short.
Yeah. I think the Creative 2.0 release is definitely a factor of it because they always have some big new mechanic. Like we had the sliding, we had the sliding, we had swimming in chapter 2, and then we have the whole movement mechanics and like a whole new like I know it's not sort of the same thing, but I feel like a very big change to the games usually needs to come with a chapter to go, oh, like we got this feature, we also have this to bring up hype for the game. But in terms of story, I feel like it definitely feels rushed, especially as someone who looks into it.
Yeah.
And there being no content this season, it feels a bit like, okay, I mean, this season, the whole Chrome thing has potential. I don't know why we didn't get story quests.
No, it's very odd. I would say it's very odd. There's a lot of unanswered things going into this event, Chrome being one of them. I mean, didn't Amy say it was like nano mist 1 week? Like, and then obviously it all stopped. So you're like, is this organic? Is it technology? Like, we don't know anything really going into this event.
That's exactly right. And I feel like fact that we're... Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries.
If I may chime in real
Of course.
I was about
every time
there seems to be like a massive gap in Fortnite's story, like, you know, what we had from the beginning of the season to the end of it. I feel like Fortnite tries to make up for that by adding in like some kind of other type of media like comics.
Yeah.
And that could have been the issue.
So I feel like we're going to get like some Paradigm comics where she's in her own dimension. It won't be tied to any crossover at all. That's
a good shout. I would like a Fortnite comic that isn't a crossover. Even though the crossover is
a collab.
Isn't a collab. But arguably, that's probably one of the reasons why they had to slow down the pacing in the Vibin season, because that was still playing out, but that was about the previous season's storyline. So I guess they didn't want to push the story too far at that point, meaning they had to slow down the Vibin season to let the comics play out, and then they can attack it afterwards. But obviously, we got to that point at the start of this season. I can't remember when the comics ended. I don't know when the 5th issue came out.
Start of this season.
Yes. So I guess they could have sped it up there, but they just didn't and slowed it down because obviously we have
I found that quite
question.
odd.
Well, you also remember from the last podcast we did, you know my feelings about like the multimedia kind of stuff. I don't like the fact that if I want to get more Fortnite story, I have to go out and buy a comic book. Kind of missed when they used to do it in game.
Yeah, as we said, the first comic, the one with 4, that was actually in game. I think you had to actually do question challenges to get that. I can't quite remember. It was what, 2 years ago.
It was sitting in the. I'm pretty sure it was just sitting in the like main battle pass screen, and you could just look over it, and it would be teasing next season as well. Like they used to tease story through loading screens and these small hints on the map, and as well as like as much as I do love these quests and whatever, I think we should keep those. I think the small hinting throughout the game and actually keeping the story in the game is what we're missing now to keep it going constantly.
Yes, I would love that. Like we got to have a TV show at some point, but other forms of just telling a story would be grand. I think. Let's see, chapter 3 ending. I remember the previous week, and that was what I was about to say. we were debating whether when we thought this chapter would end, and you were saying season 6. I think I said season 5 because obviously I started to doubt with the timing issue of challenges and quests. I felt like this season was slowing down, and so what do you make of it now? Do you feel like it's the right decision to move this chapter, or do you feel like it's got time left?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm excited about going into chapter 4. I'm going to miss chapter 3 since the map was just so good and there wasn't a single bad season in this chapter. But it just makes me feel like Fortnite somehow caught lightning in a bottle here, and I'm worried if we go into the next chapter, they might just screw it up more like they did in chapter 2. I'm just getting worried about that.
I feel like you could be on with something about they struck gold or whatever you just said about this chapter. I feel like the map was so good the first season, it left them maybe little room to move each way, unlike the other chapter maps, like had room for development and stuff. And this map was you would have had to put a new POI on top of another POI to change it, rather than it didn't have a lot of flex in it, I guess. What I'm trying to say. Would you agree with that, or do you think that there is room to change some things?
You mean this map?
Yeah.
I feel like, and I've been studying this chapter's map for a long time now. There is so many nice little places where you could put a POI that they didn't do, but they still. There's this thing where it said like there was basically only one POI that never got changed throughout the entire chapter, and that was Chonkers, which means that it's good that every single other POI has changed in a way.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Jonesy's changed, and it went on still. Kind of. Was Jonesy's was always there, wasn't it? But I guess it just okay. That was also there, but it's on stilts.
Just sort of upgraded.
Upgraded a bit.
It was changed to Fort Jonesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's okay about chapter 3 ending. Then it's good that we're moving on. Is that what we're saying?
I would have liked it if we had at least one more season.
Yes.
Just to expand upon just a little bit more, build up a little bit more hype. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I think once they confirmed the event, they had to play out this chapter. I felt like if they had done an event for season 4 and then tried to play season 5 and then tried to move into event, I felt like that would have been very odd. So it's probably if they did a season 5, they should probably maybe just do a cool trailer to go into season 5, smash out some storyline, and then go into an event rather than. So that's probably once the event was confirmed this season, it probably put a nail in the coffin for season 5 ever happening, because that would have been odd, in my opinion, how the story would have flowed. I don't know if anyone else gets that. That's in my opinion.
I've had a thought in my head where they can kind of do how they did in chapter 2, because Skyfire felt like something that would absolutely annihilate the island, but they were still able to manage to push that even further into season 8. Build up even more suspense when they actually destroyed island.
I guess that works.
I think the island we have right now, it is not destroyed. It's just covered in chrome, which doesn't destroy things. If anything, it heals things.
Yes.
I feel like we could have an event where now the nothing is actually inevitable, and kind of like Galactus, it's looming above the island, ready to attack after the season ends.
Well, I see it like the last reality portal, but it'd be the nothing, and it'd be the nothing ready to claim this island. I guess that's what they might move into next chapter. Who knows at this point? But I see what you're saying. That could have been what they could have done.
I've had so many cool ideas. Like, imagine like one of those streams that you see around Rave Cave, but it's now chrome, and like you turn into a chrome blob when you go into it, and those things are just spread everywhere on the island.
Hmm.
And now there's actual like in the sky POIs with no sweat insurance.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Yeah, I feel like the whole, as he just said, I feel like the whole idea of the island, it's not really being destroyed. It's just being covered. And the problem with the story right now is that it's very repetitive to Chapter 2, Season 7 and Chapter 2, Season 8. You have this big enemy that's taking everyone. They're mysterious. They're covering the island in some substance or whatever. And I feel like it's a very typical and not built up way to end a chapter that's also really good. And I feel like that's why it almost feels underwhelming. It's like we could have
Yeah.
had a lot more to this. And I'm not blaming Epic. Obviously, they have Creative 2.0 to deal with, and they have a bunch of other stuff that they're planning. And I feel like if Chapter 4 isn't built up enough, that's where we're going to lose the enthusiasm for the game.
Yeah. I worry about Chapter 4 because I guess
Yeah.
if we move into the next thing, what will actually happen in the live event? If usually I've got like a rough idea I can sort of throw out, but at this point there's so many loose ends. We have this whole.
We have no idea who the nothing is, so there's really
Yeah.
no idea what's going to go on here.
Exactly, but
And
even in terms of elements, like we had this old fractured thing, like what's going to fracture, the Herald, whispers of the Cube Queen, and Midas's return, and the nothing as well. The 7 being chromed away, the BackBling reward, that sort of this fragment idea with next season.
Oh, yeah.
The Foundation's door. Unless that's red herring and nothing's going to happen there, but the Foundation's door, is that where the Foundation's been? But I think he's been taken by the Chrome Involves because his helmet was there. Unless he ran off and then because it was near the door, so maybe he's been hiding there the whole time. But there's all these unanswered things, and what is going to be the thing to help us in the event? Paradigm being in Reality 659, and there's so many unanswered things. I wouldn't even know where to start with what's going to happen in this event. But Tedious, I don't know if you can maybe have some ideas of what you think's going to happen.
I think now is a perfect time to bring back maybe Midas. I think that'll be a cool thing for the event, especially how they said the Loot Breaker project and the most recent quests. How they're going, like we don't really have much choice, so let's pretty much screw everything over while we can and then leave. That's what it sounds like is going to happen. It sounds like it's like the last resort that we have, but we know it's not going to work. But even then, that's so broad, isn't it? There's not really.
No, there's no.
We don't have any definitive answer. With the Zero Crisis event, we could tell, reality is going to break down, and we're going to find out about this member of the 7. Then Skyfire, we knew there was something with the cube involved. That was pretty much it. In this one, we could see the nothing. We could see Geno. We could see the Devourer, Colombo, the Herald, Cube Queen. You could see whatever. And it might be great for an element of surprise, but that also gets rid of the hype because we don't know. We don't know what to expect,
Yeah, there's nothing to build it. I mean, obviously everyone could talk about gold against Chrome, but as I was saying previously about the nano mist, we don't really know if the Chrome's organic or technology based. So is gold going to do anything? But I presume it is with the teaser trailers that showed the golden chair and then I think a gold coffee pot. So I feel like gold has to play a thing, and with us leaving this map possibly. I mean, we have Midas's restaurant, and that is at Syndicate Shoals. I said early on that I thought Midas may have something to do with the Peace Syndicate because I think if you went to Haven, who was in Loot Lake, if you went to her, she said, I feel like the Peace Syndicate's got a lot of backing financially, and I mean Midas can create gold, so I would say Midas would be behind that. He's got the financial backing. But yeah, I feel like that needs to be solved because this map. A lot of story in this map revolved around Midas. So I feel like we can't leave and have nothing to do with Midas.
I feel like as well the whole Peace Syndicate idea was dropped. Like they could have. I feel like they should have been involved, if anything, more than the No Sweat Insurance were, because No Sweat Insurance had been a thing for ages, and we have the Peace Syndicate. We have all these new characters that are like interlinked. Like we've got those item shop skins, the one that turned into a mouse. We've got the wolf thing. We've got so many unanswered, just sort of out of place things that are all meant to be built up, but they weren't. And this season, the thing that's most annoying about it, right, is that this season could have been so good for something like that.
Yes.
Because the 7 are gone. We've got only Paradigm, Jones, and Amy left. I mean, we could have done more with Amy. They could have done more with so much, that they've just sort of left us hanging and go, all right, was going to finish a chapter. It feels unnecessarily rushed.
They've added lines, like if you go up to an NPC, they've added Peace Syndicate dialogue with the Herald, so they haven't forgotten about it. So they're still simmering under the surface, something to do with that. But as I said, Lit, what do you think is going to happen for this event? Where do you see it going?
Now, I have a bunch of crazy ideas, but, that's nothing new. I feel like that place that we're going to, typically start live events on, we're usually on a floating platform of some kind. It's either going to be, some floating no sweat insurance place, or it's going to be that IO blimp or the pirate ship, something.
Pirate ship, yeah.
And we're going to be right above Loot Lake. And picture this. Everything around Loot Lake is now covered in chrome. Everything.
That would be a shock if you go into the game and just everything's chrome and it's like...
And the entire map, yeah.
It looks like the loading screen. When you go into the game...
The animation looks like everything is getting covered in chrome while you go in there.
So you just have this dark atmosphere and that would reset the mood, I think. That'd be kind of a cool start to the event.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be pretty awesome. But I mean, we do have some intention and incarnations of what's going to happen with obviously the 0 point fragment BackBling, which initialize fusion as well. And then we have this whole idea of fractured. So Sight is going to be fractured. The island, the 0 point. Obviously we have this loop breaker thing. So personally, what I think is going to happen, oh my god, if we break the loop, that is massive. In terms, and that's been the over.
That would change the game.
Oh yeah, that would.
Wow.
That would, because then the storyline would be less connected to the game, because obviously we would die. We don't have a loop when we go into games. That'd be a massive thing. But then we have a loop breaker, so we have this fractured. If the 0 point get fractured, that is another overarching story. So if you think of chapter 1, it was probably hard to follow in chapter 1, but chapter 2, we definitely knew that loopers were a thing with going into Jonesy's office and his connection with the loopers, and then the Foundation mentioned it. So we had this overarching story from the beginning that the 0 point, that the loopers are a massive deal for the storyline, and the Foundation again mentioned it at the start of this chapter, remember, to say, our main goal was to break you lot outside the loop. So we have this, every chapter I feel like tells a different story, but that's been the over sort of arching story of every chapter. So if we break that and we go into chapter 4 or whatever it's going to be called, and we don't have the loop, that is a whole different ball game in my opinion.
Anyways, so yeah, I completely agree. That would be insane. But I feel like the event is going to start with you get a voice clip from Paradigm, kind of like how the last event went with Origin. And it would just be her talking to Jones, and they're getting the actual loop breaker to work, and they're going to use the 0 point directly to do it, which is what Midas used to do with the Doomsday device. And I think they're going to try to destroy the loop with that. But, the Herald, she's going to do a little bit of, ooh, look at me, I'm the reality master.
That was very well timed. You had that plan.
Yeah.
And then the Chrome's going to go a little crazy. Everyone's going to get a little mad. Then the Chrome's going to try, take over the 0 point. And then, she does this thing again. Anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like she is going to try to perform a ritual to open up some kind of portal, I'm guessing, to the nothing.
Yeah, and the last reality.
Which I'm also confused about the cube cradle. Is the nothing stored inside of that thing? Are we going to see it again?
That's another element to add to the list of what I mentioned at the start of this conversation, to add to something that we don't know if that's going to be even involved in this event.
Again, I want to mention this. I don't think the nothing is particularly like a humanoid entity. Yeah, I think it is just a mass of clouds. I think it is exactly like the Black Winter or whatever from Thor.
Yeah. I would
and
say.
And it is stored inside the cube cradle.
Or it's kind of like a Brainiac thing in terms of DC, where he has different entities. Kind of like what Marvel's doing with oh my god, what's his name? It's completely gone from me. I can't think of his name. The next big bad of event.
Kang?
Yeah, so he kind of talks to his other. So the nothing is just made up of different voices, entities, and they talk through one like TVs or something, and maybe they will have an embodiment of someone, but it's like
dude.
several voices, and it's just strange, I guess.
This makes me think like the Nothing is some Lovecraftian monster that you'd see from Kirby, where like its voice is a mix of multiple different voices at once that gives off that weird ominous vibe that I don't like.
It kind of sounded like that, but the voice, I don't know if you know this, but voice actor is confirmed to be the guy from Smosh who actually did Kit. And oh my god, I can't remember.
Yo,
Oh.
Smosh is a part of the Fortnite story. That's
what else
wild.
do you know?
Smosh is canon. Oh my god.
The Smosh kills Fortnite for 2 days. What about that?
He's done other voices. He did all the noises for Raz as well. So I've done voices.
Oh
before.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And there's one thing he did as well. I can't think what he's done now.
He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
And he's been in the Fortnite storyline as well with the radio show and season.
He also voices Dennis from Save the World.
Yeah. So which had been in the Fortnite storyline as well when we had the Mary.
Oh yeah, in the abductors.
Yeah. So
Part. Yeah.
So yeah, quite a good
You know
voice
what I
actor.
think would be really, really cool for this event. Imagine
Again,
we
this-
get
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's tedious. Go ahead.
if we had like some cutscene, right, that shows us where the foundational everything is, and he's like in the cube cradle, like he's trapped up there. I think that would be sick. No, what if
You
this
just gave
happened,
me
right?
an idea.
We're flying in towards the island. The herald's infecting everything around Loot Lake happens, and then at the center of the island, like there's this rumbling. We have the Doomsday device come up. It zooms in on Midas, and he like touches the camera, whatever, goes completely gold, and then we cut to a cutscene. We see the Foundation, maybe the Origin as well, trapped up in the cube cradle. He's talking to maybe the Cube Queen, and they're just sort of interrogating each other. And then you see like a window in the back of the cube cradle, and it shows them approaching into Reality Zero. We cut back to the game, and then we see the cube cradle enter
that would be
into our actual
massive.
island. That would be
massive.
sick.
Oh no, Clark's just mentioned it. The 0 point is actually dormant at this point. I completely forgot about that thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot about
Shit,
that.
yeah.
So many elements that are not connected. It's ridiculous.
You just gave me an insane idea for the event. Now, this
Alright,
can
let's hear
be
it.
taken either two ways. We are still the loopers on the island as our skin, or we go up to the cube cradle, exactly
Cube
like
cradle,
you
oh my
said,
God.
where the 0 point somehow with the Loop Breaker project forces the Chrome versions of like all the missing 7 members to like rise back up from up there. And you and your squad play as the 7 as they try to get
7.
out
Oh,
of the
that
cube
would be
cradle.
that would be nice. Yeah.
Oh
that
my
would be
God,
kind
that
of cool
would
to
be
play.
awesome.
as
And
a
like
seven.
and like everyone in your squad has different abilities for the 7 member that they are. Like somebody's the visitor and has like these blasters and a jetpack, and you got to work together in order to get out. Oh, that would be so cool!
That would be good because we do have to
Oh,
play as a
wow.
squad, so there do have to be some sort of squad element. So that'd be kind of cool.
Imagine
They
it's the
coulda just-
Visitor,
yeah.
the Origin, the Foundation, and
And
maybe
like
the Parrot. Oh,
not
would it be the Paradigm or the Scientist?
So yeah, science. Sorry.
the Order.
Oh yeah, the
or
Order.
the-
Oh, forget that. I don't.
Well, we need her character built up more because she is such a bland character.
Yeah.
She's
She
literally
is
just,
the
she
item
is
shop
just
kid
the imagined. She's just the imagined sister. That's all she
who
is.
slapped Wolverine.
Yeah,
That's unfortunately literally about it.
that's the pinnacle of her existence is slapping Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, props to her. I can't say I did that,
Yeah, true.
but
Maybe our lives are pretty boring
again,
in
like I
comparison
think
to the Order.
I think that's such a cool idea. Like party leader gets to be the Foundation,
Yeah,
and like all your other teammates get to be randomly selected as members of the 7, and it's like Skyfire. You got to find your way out while finding out about nothing. And then like once you get out and they start skydiving towards the map, you switch back to your looper, watching it all happen from above.
yeah.
God,
That'd
that
be
would
quite
be so
easy to.
cool.
That'd be quite easy to learn about the nothing because the last reality was played with our memories before, so they could show that as memories during the.
We'd see from both perspectives.
yeah,
too. That would be awesome.
So we could actually learn something
So,
during the
like-
event as well about the nothing, about previous things. Like we can look back at stuff that happened in because during the Ariana Grande tour, the live Rift tour, we got so memories because they extracted it from us. So they could probably play that out
Yes.
to us as sort of flashbacks and what they've done in season 6 when they Kevin
Well-
and then stuff like that. I don't know.
Again, Another thing that could factor into that theory of the event is like it's the loop breaker project. It could be breaking the loop so we play as other characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine we had voice. Like, imagine the loop. Like, imagine we could like talk to the Seven and stuff. That would be awesome.
Oh, that would be
I don't
so
know.
cool.
I don't know. Like, you'd have, because you know how with the NPCs, this also doesn't make sense. How we can have our own voice lines to the NPC, or not voice lines, but like text that we can say to the NPCs when we're not meant to talk. That's a bit odd, but that's fine.
Like there could be a cutscene in the event where the loop is breaking, and then it's just like a CGI pre-rendered cutscene where like all these random Fortnite characters that you know and love start speaking to each other. Like there's a Fishstick and a Cuddle Team leader starting to talk and being surprised by it.
And then Fishstick just gets killed for like.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
And then the nothing kills him.
Then he just gets
Specifically him.
Yeah. Only
Like,
Peely and him.
oh my god, we can talk! Oh my god, we can talk!
You get killed, but the Foundation won't see it, and the Foundation will go, "Oh, everyone's fine. No one's got hurt now." And just be Fishsticks dead, because he kind of said that in the comic, didn't he? He kind of said,
Yeah,
"Oh, don't."
Cutaway gag.
He's like, oh,
It's like a
don't worry,
Family
it's
Guy
just a
cutaway
snapshot, bro. He's good.
To me, I feel like snapshots are a
No,
different
it's the
person.
Princess
I feel like
Fishstick.
snapshots are like a different person. So you should mourn their death as much as the original, because it's like a variant. So I found that quite disrespectful when the Foundation said
Even
that.
if the original died, Foundation would not care. Like, he's just there to get things done. and leave.
Yeah.
That's all he's like.
Foundation is a hardened man. He's seen death
He's
before.
seen it all. But yeah, the
Nothing
NPCs
new
make
to
no
him.
sense. I don't know what, like, they glitch through and they talk. I guess that's the only thing.
Yeah,
the loop,
oh god,
the
that's
loop,
a whole nother
the
thing.
loop temporary breaks. I guess they can talk, but that'd be kind of cool. An event where the loopers find their voice, and there'd be a moment of like, oh my god, and all the memories come flooded back. Or no, they don't remember everything prior to the loop until they exit the 0 point.
Yeah, they only. Oh no! When you exit outside of the loop, you remember
Every other loop.
all your things from the loops.
Yeah, yes.
But when you actually leave the island through either the 0 point or however else you want to do it,
Yeah.
you get all the memories from before Reality Zero.
I guess if they break the loop, that might be bypassed, because I guess, and that's called the extra loop. So I guess that might bypass that.
Yeah.
I quickly just want to throw this out here. This is by far, like, complete and total Chrome slide. See what it is there? The most cryptic event ever. Like, we have no clue what could possibly happen in this. Like, what we're just throwing out there is speculation based off practically nothing. This even goes back all the way to the
Was
first
that
ever...
intentional too?
Yeah, was that a pun?
Was the nothing
Yeah,
intentional too?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at puns.
Carry on.
Anyways, even going all the way back to the first ever event with the rocket, we had hints that it could hit Tilted Towers. We know that it was going to launch, and we thought there was going to be something weird with it. Another example, I don't know, Skyfire. We knew that we were going up into the mothership. Dr. Sloan told us that. We thought that Sloan was going to be evil. She was. And we thought that we were going to meet something truly despicable up there, which we all thought was the cube, which it did end up being.
Yeah.
I'd say probably the only other one that we couldn't truly predict was either the butterfly event or the end of chapter 2.
Well.
No, because remember that video got leaked of the island flipping.
I actually,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
By now, I think Fortnite would have, maybe not yet, would have started to send out adverts for the next season, and hopefully they private everything. Just a quick announcement to Fortnite. Please make sure if you're doing this, you private all your videos, and you make sure you set the right date for them to come out.
Yeah, for Donald Mustard, who's definitely watching this podcast. Hey, Donald.
Oh yeah, he's just sitting in the chat going.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh no. About Dr. Sloan being evil. I always try to defend her. But if you look at what the Imagine Order was trying to do during the collision, we were sold that from the 7, in my opinion, that the map would end. And they're basically doing, in my opinion, what the 7 or Paradigm is now attempting to do anyway, by forcing the end, because she's like, oh, that's it. She's going to have to do everything after that happens and try and bring it back. And that's what it sounds like to me. So basically, that may be what Geno might have done, because Geno still doesn't want anyone coming in on his turf. So that could have been what he was doing. After we saw an animation of the end, we saw nothing else after that. They could have had
another thing.
They could have had different plans. They could have had, okay, once we reset everything, then the nothing will be gone. And so that's what they could have planned that season. The Imagine Order. I always said that. You're being sold a lie from the 7, either deliberately or unintentionally, to say that, that would have been the end. We don't know what they would have done afterwards. That could have been an unfinished tape, I guess, or something like that. I don't know.
That's another thing that's just up in the air about this event. Is Geno going to return for
my
this?
God, I didn't even mention Geno.
End up coming back, or is he going to come back for like the beginning of chapter 4?
Maybe.
Like he's the reason that
he's
come
gonna be
back.
in the battle. I hope he's in the event and he's in the battle. Like he's the...
Maybe the cutscene at the end of the event.
Hold up.
Go Tedious. Go. You go.
Sorry. You know how at the end of chapter 2, season 7's trailer, the Foundation was released from the Spire, and then we got that black screen. What if, we had at the end of this event, like we have like a short cutscene where we see something with Geno, and it's like him fully reforming, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes
black.
black.
Gives us a glimpse of the new island.
Island, exactly. And then for the next season, Geno is the secret skin, and you need to like do like it's like a player event. You know how we have those different things players have to opt in and destroy parts of like rocks and whatever to how we had the trespasser behind the waterfall and that sort of thing. If we had like a cooperative event to find Geno, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like we all go out and find different pieces of him and put back together.
Yeah.
That could kind of work.
Anyways, you just made me think of something quite insane. Now, this might be a bit of a hot take, but I don't want Geno as a skin to come out anytime soon. Not as a secret skin for next season or anything. What I want Geno to happen is that we found out from the comics, he's not a bad guy. He's not really a bad guy.
Well,
but the Imagine Order's goal is to just protect the 0 point and use it for different things. They don't particularly want to destroy it, and they want to take care of it. It was really the 7 who, with good intentions, did not exactly do
the 7 are
the good things.
The 7 are just what's the word?
There's no real enemy or good guy. The closest thing we've ever got to a good guy was the Ice King, who wants to trap the things that are bad and let the other things do whatever. That's the closest thing we've ever got to a
Jonesy is also
guy.
kind of a good guy.
I mean
again,
again, Jonesy did work for the Imagine Order and did trap people inside the loop during season 6. That's the whole story arc there.
Yeah, but he's also had a bit of a redemption.
Oh yeah, granted.
That's true.
Well, no, Sloane could be in the same position. That's just what I'm saying. You don't know why she's doing what she's doing.
Sloane should be a solo character. Like Sloane should be not on either side of the 7. She should just be her own goals, doing whatever.
Yeah,
I reckon.
So this just makes me think so I don't want Geno to come back as an actual skin we could wear for any time soon, because I want him to be introduced at the end of the chapter's events, and I want him to be the actual main villain of chapter 4. I want him to come back with a vengeance after losing his daughter.
Yeah.
I want him to be pissed. I want him to I want him to be the biggest bad that we have ever had. Even more than the Q Queen. I want him to be a real threat and not just this name that we keep talking about who really doesn't even do anything when we first find him. He just sits there and broods about the loss of his daughter.
Yeah.
Because as much that he's obviously done bad things, the Imagine Order, but they thought they were doing the right things. He still, I guess, he still, in the end, loved his daughters, even though he basically got rid of them and replaced them with snapshots. It'd be interesting to see. We even see these snapshots, but who knows at this point?
Of his daughters, yeah.
Yeah, but
kind of like how we saw the snapshot of armored Batman in the final comic.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's fighting himself. Yeah.
Yeah. So this just makes me really want to see Geno as truly ruthless, truly against anything that tries to oppose him.
Yeah, I feel
apart
like
from just sending out a couple of lackeys to take care of his business.
I feel like what the Seven did. He basically said, "It's your go now. You don't do it. I'm going to be back." So that, hopefully, maybe we won't see him in the event. Maybe it'd be like a cutscene, as I was saying. You know, when Jones, what event was that? Galactus, where we had the Galactus event, and Jones went, and then that sort of followed off the next season's trailer.
Yeah, that was such a cool end to the event too. That's just a random thing that's mentioned. That was such a cool end to the event. Wow.
Yes, that's pretty cool. But from that, we got loads of lore jump.
That was a really good interactive of it. Like, okay, I don't like Marvel that much,
was one of my favorite
I think that was a really good event.
That's pretty good.
There's a couple things I just want to quickly mention about events, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like exactly what is happening this season was done way better in Chapter 2, Season 8, where we actually had a real threat on the island. And, like, the cubes were spreading every single day and not every single update with the Chrome. I just missed that. Even though the island was 10 times more ugly than what the Chrome is making it.
Yes.
I still kind of enjoyed that.
I see that.
Because every single day we had the queues multiplying, there would be hype for like mini events. Now it just feels like that enthusiasm within the community. I feel like that's why people saying the game was dying. The enthusiasm is lost. You know, they don't have the hype. I mean, rightfully so. It's been 5 years since the game started. It's obviously going to have some decline, but the fact that we've just had absolutely nothing, no pun intended.
Nothing pun intended.
Nothing. Yeah. It's just lost. Like we don't. I mean, sure. I feel like the fact that we don't know much about it could be great. Like that could be awesome. We could have so many different possibilities, and I feel like as long as they make it very shocking towards us, everyone's gonna love it again.
Yes. Because
Epic have a community that no matter what will love their game. I will love their game no matter what. I'm pretty sure it applies the same for pretty much most content creators, at least. Yeah, there's going to be down patches of the game, and as long as they find some way to shock us, I reckon it will be fine. And I think there's so many different possibilities, and I think the event can be built up, it could not be built up, and no matter what, we probably still love it.
Yeah, it will definitely be the biggest event, as Fortnite will always try and push the boundaries on that one.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be, no matter what, it's the end of a chapter. It's going to be great, and
I feel like
yeah.
Everybody gets this idea in mind that the less we know, the worse the event is going to be.
Exactly.
But I have zero doubt in my mind that Fortnite will not hit this thing out of the park. Like, it's crazy how every single event, they somehow one-up themselves from the last one.
Yeah.
No idea how they do that.
Yeah. I think the only time they didn't do that was from the Chapter 2 end event to the Collision event. Like I thought Chapter 2 end event was better, but yeah.
I still think it was good.
The Chapter 1 end event had the most climactic music and was just overall a beautiful experience, but overall the Chapter 2 one was better.
Oh, I saw.
Let's hope we can hit that out of the park.
I saw him. I saw Phil, who does the majority of the music for Fortnite. Interesting story there.
Oh, yeah.
He I think Fortnite, it was Chapter 1, Season 8, or just before, and they were going to do a Pirate season. I'm pretty sure they just looked up Pirates of the Caribbean, and they looked up sound engineers and went through a list and just picked him. And he's done every music event since then.
Is that Phil Batcher?
Yeah. So I think that's how they got him.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they picked someone else. Events could have been very differently. Like Fortnite and live music is something we look forward to. Imagine if they picked someone else.
Yeah.
It could change. He's done almost all the music since that point for all the events. I'm pretty sure I saw him tweeted that he's excited what he's working on, and he's looking forward to people hearing it. So hopefully I'm sure the music will be fantastic as it always is.
The first end event music is just so climactic, so hype, so iconic that is literally a motif for Fortnite now. Like, we heard in the Zero Crisis just a little bit of you know, like that.
They have that little
motif where
if you go on his tweets, if you follow him, I put in the Discord. If you follow him, he talks about the selection of music. So he said at this part during the Chapter 2 end event, I wanted Sloane's music, and then because each character has now a music and it has a 7 intro, and as he weaves it into a fully thing for a live event, you can hear different elements going in. It's quite interesting how he talks about it. So that'd be kind of interesting. We want to look that up.
One of my favorite motifs in Fortnite, while I love the end event one, it was definitely the freaking Midas Doomsday event one.
Yeah,
where it was just such climactic music, and then like right in the middle of it where he's pushing back the storm once and for all, it's the actual theme of Midas. Yeah. Like that hit so hard. That was so high.
You know what? You know what's the main... Oh, actually, you just brought up something that I think we should definitely talk about. Midas and his sort of Ghost versus Shadow is the perfect example of how to build up a suddenly brought sort of main character. Because Season 2, Chapter 2 was the only time that we had first seen Midas, yet there was so much build-up with each week they took over a new POI. We'd learn more about the characters. We'd had their individual cutscenes. That's what we're missing now.
Why haven't they done that again?
I don't know.
Why is that something they put off for one season? That was such a cool thing.
They always add really good features, and then they're like, oh, people love this. Why not get rid of it? It's like, what?
Yeah, bring back the interactive Battle Pass tab. I loved like
going into Deadpool. Yeah, we're gonna mention that.
I loved peeking in on Deadpool, and his little place changed every week. That was so funny.
The
one time I got flooded. He was
now
just
aren't even like they're not even hype. They just
I wish we got more secret stuff, despite that kind of contradicting what I just said about Deadpool and how much I love that stuff. It would, the way they could have handled that was like keep Deadpool a secret, but like drop subtle hints about like what he's doing in that bathroom.
I think they did. I think if you look carefully, I think they did. But back to music, you say the Chapter 2 Season 2 event. I still think that the moment during this Chapter 2 Season 6 event, the start event, when you're running up the stairs, that gets me every time.
Oh,
that's I never said that was bad.
No, I'm not saying
again, it's if you want, it's the end event motif.
Yeah,
it is.
Every time you hear that end event motif, it goes so crazy.
East Coast shit's about to get real.
Yeah.
You hear that same thing.
Right. So,
like the scene of that was so cool. Like you're running up this tower with a dynamic camera. The wind is going insane in the back while you just see stuff happening in the background. It's nuts.
That's another thing. We've never gotten one of those cinematic events ever again. We only got it once. That's it.
Well, actually, you can consider the beginning of this chapter kind of like one where it's an individual,
that's fair.
playable cutscene.
That's true.
That you start the game with.
See, that's one thing that wasn't leaked whatsoever. Why can't they do that with like everything else? I don't. Yeah.
Kind of miss when they just encrypted everything.
Yeah, hard times. Well,
Jay obviously is not going to agree with me because he needs content.
Oh, I agree. What about the survey skins? I agree that they're cool to make content on, but they probably should be a surprise.
Especially how they reveal like massive story.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
I don't mind either way. It's content. It's content at the end of the day. But I wouldn't mind if it's a surprise, and then we can work out Geno and all his things. Because Geno, like literally, he had an Imagine Order badge, and you could see it off the survey, even though it was like roughly done. You could think, oh, okay, that's definitely the logo from like the Colosseum.
Yeah, and like the most recent one, we can probably think if there's a nothing, then there's probably an everything because there's a skin in there that looks like the embodiment of everything. It's got the 0 point in itself. Looks crazy and such.
I did see
It just looks like everything.
Was it top 5? Talking in video, and he said, "Oh no, it might have been Cypher PK." But are they going to make a show that he was talking about? And that's another thing that could happen. But because we haven't been introduced to either of them skins, I doubt that would happen. But as we were saying, there's so many elements. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying there's so much that could happen in this event, and wherever direction they can go, it will be incredible.
This is basically what this entire discussion like loops back to. Get it? It's all just speculation because again, this is the most cryptic event ever. We have no idea what is going to happen. apart from some very minor, like, hints.
Yeah.
Like, the stars are disappearing, and the 0 point might fracture, and there's chrome around it. Like, we don't know. We don't even know what the Loop Breaker project is. We can just speculate that it's going to look kind of like Midas's device.
Right. Let's break this up a bit. Talking about Colosseums and the Imagine Order logo. Let's do a 1v1. I know T wasn't looking too forward to this. Part of the...
Right.
Here
we go.
I've got 150 health.
I am rubbish at this game, so...
I will win this. I will win this. Look at me.
Wait, you're playing it too?
Oh, yeah.
Where do I get the guns?
Oh, yeah, they should spawn. And they don't spawn. That's it.
I will win.
And then there's some middies which should spawn as well. There we go. I don't think you can pick up guns when you're a pop.
Is that meant to be... So is it just the shoddy and...
Yeah. I was going to put an SMG, but I thought I don't like the spray meta. So.
Oh, God.
I should have counted down.
My ping is high too. Great.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I have an unfair advantage.
What just happened?
Oh
my god. Okay. I press, and then like 3 seconds later, my build places.
Yeah, this is probably... What ping are you on?
300 right now.
Oh no, my bad.
God.
My bad. I feel bad about taking... I won't take your walls. I actually made this game first where you couldn't break people's builds. You would just build. It was probably actually not a bad idea.
That backfired.
Oh, GG's.
Let's go.
GG's.
All right, hold on. I need to fight Jay.
Yeah.
And then I'll fight.
All right, yeah, I'll just watch, man. I don't need...
First rift, if you can find your way back. I was meant to put like a checkmark spawner here, I forgot.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Even me swinging my pickaxe is delayed. Oh, God. I mean, undeniably, I'm also terrible at this game. But...
I forgot to turn your sounds back on, my bad. You can slightly hear what's going on.
What did I just do? I didn't even pick up minis.
Oh. I fell as well.
Oh, Jay!
GG's.
I was gonna pull out my sword.
Oh, he had a sword. Oh, I forgot you had that.
Yeah, I did.
Cheating.
No, it's being funny, being Mr. Comedy, which I basically am on this podcast. I don't really do much.
Your input is appreciated.
Right. Now I fight you.
All right.
Oh, God. Okay.
I would be a lot better if I wasn't playing on my crummy Wi-Fi.
I mean, you're on NA and he's on Oceania. So
Okay, first of all, I don't have Wi-Fi right now.
Oh,
I just moved into a new house. And
Anyways,
I
we're
don't have
starting.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of... These builds don't place! Oh my god. What is happening?
Oh, guys, you like the clouds? Put them in under the trees.
Oh my god, I want a 1v1. Let's go.
GG's.
You were right up. How many times have I lost? How insulting can it get?
Okay, I'm sorry, but like I don't even have Wi-Fi and I still.
Back to the wait.
Shush! This is.
Back to the studio.
You know what? Some can say this is getting tedious.
Hey, did you see my teaser? I wrote
in
out,
the Discord?
I wrote out like a treat. I had it named. No one saw it. I was really disappointed. No one saw it. I'd like a T for 0 point with something, and then the next line would be an E, and then it was really good, but no one saw it. I had to actually spell it out to them in the end, but it is what it is.
We're gonna drop the. Oh my god! Watch him still lose. Goodbye.
Well, I tried fighting you with a sword.
How insulting can it get?
Okay, Jay, you need to add in like a sword fight. LTM. Now I win.
All right,
good job.
Order in the podcast.
Yeah.
Order in the Sanctum. Order in the Sanctum.
This is a Sanctum. This is sacred grounds. I've now got a torch.
Yeah,
Did
sure.
you put a torch in
like
this game? Why did you put a torch?
Because it's funny.
I guess so. Okay, we can interrogate our guests, I guess. Right. I guess we did kind of press on this, but what kind of things do you want to see in Chapter 4 in terms, I guess, new movement, graphics?
Oh, I literally wrote a list about this. Not even... Hold on. I gotta go find that.
No worries.
Okay. I reckon...
Oh, we found it quick.
If we get all the... This is sort of a very broad thing, but you'll get the general idea of what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
You know how we've had throughout this season, as well as Season 3, we've had so many different... Like the bikes, the skating, the weapon attachments.
Yes.
I feel like the reason that we've heard about all those things but haven't gotten them is because they're for Chapter 4. That's what I feel like.
Of course. They're definitely going to add new movement as they do every single chapter. We've had tactical sprinting.
What else can they add?
What else can they add? I'm so confused.
I think rock climbing would be awesome. Like tall mountains that you can rock climb up to. And
Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if we're gonna continue to have no build, that is a logical thing to have, right?
100%. Yeah.
To make it up steep mountains like you can't normally get, because like there's still a mountain in this game that makes me really mad every time I play no build. It's that one mountain to the left of Tilted Towers that you just cannot get up without going all the way around to the back of it.
Where the hut is. Where the hut is near. Yeah. That is quite annoying. You have to walk where the Devourer is, and you walk around.
My friend just gave me a good idea. What if we got like a new animal, which is just a horse, which I'm surprised they haven't thought of yet, or we haven't heard anything of yet, since we now ride animals. I feel like the thing you would think of first would actually be riding a horse, right?
Yeah, well, we're meant to get flying animals as well, so we could have a flying. Yeah. What's a flying horse?
Saying...
Pegasus.
Yeah, that's it. Carry on, Tedious.
What was it saying? Oh yeah, I was just saying. I remember talking in top 5. He was saying that the flying animals are meant to be coming this season, and then it didn't. And also, he said the skating and the bikes and all this stuff was meant to come this season or last season. It just didn't. I swear, if it doesn't come next, well, as well as the chrome zombies thing, that didn't. What was that?
Hey, that could be something in the
we did.
The end of
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
that could be something like we could fight off in the meantime, like we had in the last end event.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We did say that in the last podcast when we talked about Fortnite Mares, and we didn't get all the chrome shadows. We did say that there might be for some sort of PvE within like the final weeks, but obviously it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So maybe when we get,
it could just be for the event.
Yeah, when we get
maybe we're literally just going to find out nothing, and we're going to know absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm loving the puns. But you know, in the Chapter 2 end event where we had the caretakers come out.
Clear out your throat. Clear out your throat. Yes.
I guess we're gonna we could have the same thing where we have the chrome shadows, I guess, come out of chrome. As we were saying when the event starts, we do get this dark atmosphere and we get chrome. Imagine all the chrome rising up to the chrome shadows. That could be a thing.
Yeah,
that would be good.
We're just slowly approaching.
Yeah, like you look out in the horizons and like you just see them approaching, kind of like a zombie film where you're standing on the border of your little fort and you see all the zombies approaching. Can I quickly say something?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
You go ahead.
Imagine if we start off the event on the blimp and the pirate ship, and we're moving around, and all the floating platforms converge into one big base where we fight off of. That would be awesome.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Yeah,
like the chrome stratos would start flying up to us, and we have little turrets that kind of resemble the beginning of the Chapter 3 Season 2 event, where like you're shooting asteroids at the sky, but now you're just shooting straight up zombies out of it.
Powerdime with a loot break could pull the 0 point out of Loot Lake, and we could be around the platform around the 0 point defending it before the event, I guess, when Chrome I like that. I do like
that. So I quickly just wanted to say something, a little shout out to my best friend who's currently watching the stream. So hello Bear. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
Awesome.
Love you.
Awesome.
We'll play Roblox tonight.
Awesome. I've never played Roblox, mine. Hey there, chat. Thanks for being here. I know I don't talk to chat often when we're doing these podcasts, but I see Clark, Retro in here as well, Jesse, Teddy.
Give her 5
thank you for everyone being here. I really do appreciate it. But he's kind of getting off the subject of...
Say hi to Bear.
Hi, Bear.
Hi
Hi, Bear as well.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing I want in chapter 4, as I might get into this now, is obviously storyline. Now, as I was mentioning it, I didn't want to recross on it, but what I was saying about if the loop does get broken and the 0 point does fracture, I feel like that has been the overarching storyline for the last 3 chapters. So I feel like that brings a whole new element to Fortnite. So I'm not sure if chapter 4 by name is currently like concrete. I haven't seen anything unless I've completely missed it. I don't feel like we're going into chapter 4. I feel like we could go into a brand new start, a brand new story. If we break outside the loop and the 0 point is fractured, that's 2 massive issues that have been in the accompaniment, whatever the word is, of Fortnite for the last 3 chapters. So I just feel like we maybe won't even have, it won't be called chapter 4, it'd be called maybe something else. I don't know.
Chapter 2, season 9 is what I want, but
that could be a thing. But it's just a brand new storyline with
a lot of people hate it right now.
Fortnite 2, I mean, Warzone 2 is just out, so that could actually be a thing. But
it's like one of those games that you never expect to get a sequel, but eventually in like 2029, we're gonna get Minecraft 2.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope people understand what I'm saying.
Watch somebody clip this and it actually happened in 2029.
We get Minecraft 2. It's just so out of the blue, it just happens.
Yeah.
0 point wasn't really.
It's like in a Nintendo Switch live stream or something, and it goes like, "Oh, by the way, Minecraft 2 is coming to the Switch."
Yeah, I guess. But I hope people understand what I'm saying. Is that we're going to get a new chapter, guys. Or a new story. But I'm just saying, the chapters resemble storylines, so that's why I thought this chapter was going to be much shorter, because I felt like the pace said that, and we would go into another chapter, like a massive end event chapter to follow it up. But I guess if we end it here, is it going to be something new? I don't know.
Well, there's still so many unanswered questions that I don't think could just be answered in a single
I'm not,
event, right?
I'm not saying that.
Like we're not gonna have the return of Geno and then immediately goes away at the end.
No, I'm not saying the storyline way. I'm just saying if the loop, breaking us outside the loop has been the main objective. I'm just saying that's concluded after this event. I'm just saying that we're going to have to find a new focus. If the 0 point thing doesn't get rectified, I guess that will be maybe why chapter 4 will be a thing. But I guess if it's fractured and it's no longer like available to people to come and claim it, I don't know. That would be 2 massive things that has driven at least chapter 2, maybe not chapter 1, because I guess we didn't really know a lot in chapter 1. It was all guesswork and simulations at that point, I guess. But in terms of chapter 2, it's definitely driven the narrative as well as chapter 3. So I guess without that, what will drive the next chapter forward?
You know what that just made me think of? Since it's fractured, and if your theory is right, and like the 0 point is still fractured going into chapter 4, what if we can load up into multiple maps like throughout different games? Like we get one map that has these POIs, then another one that has these POIs. Like there's 3 different maps you can go on, and it's randomly selected every time you ready up.
Yeah, so 0 point can't really sustain the island as well as it has been. Yeah, I guess it all comes from...
That would be a lot to work on.
And that would be... ping would be so high, talking about ping in this stream. But in terms of switching between maps, I guess they could do that, or they could do something where...
or they could be like a rotation.
Yeah, but going...
Kind of like how Splatoon 3 does it.
So I'm trying to find my... So going back to what the scientists said in chapter 1... about interdimensional matter collisions would resolve rather than push. That we should always remember that, because even though the 0 point will always, if it's here, it should always come apart. It should always pull itself together. I feel like that's what that was alluding to. Like, it would always try and pull itself together eventually. So once we had a black hole, the islands reorganized and forced everything back together. So I presume that if it's fractured, that hasn't happened. So why hasn't that happened? I don't know. I scratched my head so to even get that out. My brain hurts.
Yeah, again, no idea.
No idea. Or no, talking about the maps and what other things, I don't know if anyone else wants to talk about what you want for chapter 4. Maybe Unreal Engine, I guess.
Oh,
In terms
well,
of Creative 2.0, that should be coming in January.
Wasn't that in January?
So
Yeah.
Fortnite Chapter 4 wish list.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that soon. Hey, Cypher
You know what
PK,
would- oh, yeah.
you better give me money for that because I know you're gonna make a video with that.
I'm pretty
Of
sure
course
he's
gonna do it.
I think he's already has done. First person.
Like he just uploads it today.
That's been talked about for a few chapters now. Sorry, not for
It's gonna
seasons.
happen.
First person.
It's definitely gonna happen.
Do you think it's going to
But
be?
it needs to be like an option.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Do you think it will be,
or at
in
least a
main
game mode?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like zero builds.
Like, it can be an option, but it's only for zero build because having it in build mode would just be nauseating.
Yes, you're probably right there.
Also, I had an idea for if they did do first person because I feel like they could definitely take the Halo route because a lot of people are concerned about first person. Like, what would emotes look like in first person? It would be weird. What about like some of these other little things like sprinting at fast speeds or whatever, and like gliding and stuff? But my solution to that is exactly what Halo games do. It will take you out of first person into third person for certain different actions.
Yes, that would probably be the most logical thing.
You start doing emote and it zooms out into third person.
You can actually see how sprinting looks in first person in Fortnite. In creative, if you set your creative thing to
The immersive thing.
yeah, you can actually sprint. It doesn't actually look too bad as like recall doing it. So that would probably actually work. But yeah, Creative 2.0 is going to be a massive thing for obviously Chapter 4. I can't wait for that to come out. Hopefully, we will still be in this studio because I don't know that the next chapter might break the entire.
You're gonna have to
creative thing.
You're gonna have to make like a Creative 2.0 version of the studio.
Version of the studio, yeah.
I've only done 3 episodes of it. Let's at least keep it for a few more, please.
Well, I had an idea. For the event, it really should just be like we can make it into a podcast where you, me, and maybe like another special guest that we can put on.
Oh, we can talk about that later.
We watch the events and then we talk about it during downtime.
I was going to do a thing where I try and like message people, creators, to get on for like a 5-minute interview after the event, and we can like sort of
Yes, that's such a cool
get
idea.
you on, then get Cyan on, and anyone else. I know loads of creators who I don't personally talk
Clark,
to.
for sure, get Clark.
Yeah, I talk to him, get him on, and anyone else who wants to come on and talk about what they made of the event. That'd be kind of cool. Literally 5-minute time of pressuring them into saying it and then move them on. I might do something like that. I don't really know at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've got the stream up, guys. I did. Let's see how this goes.
I do have the stream up.
So, obviously, there was a lot of talk about this fractured thing. And could we have each elements from old maps? So, first of all, what I'm going to do, what POI from each chapter would you want to take in to the new map?
Oh,
Chapter
wow.
1. At the moment, I've got the Season X map just to help you out, I guess. But I don't know if you
Go
want...
ahead and put in your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
What's your top 3 from the season's chapters? I mean, got it pulled up on stream.
Yeah, I see that. Wait, does it have to be from the end?
No.
It could just be at any point.
That's just a visual. That's just a visual for something I'm going to do later as well.
All right. Okay, so do you want to go? Who's going to go first?
You can go first. I don't really mind.
All right. Chapter 1, I'd want, after the butterfly event, how we had that sort of fragmented land in Loot Lake.
With the runes.
I loved that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
so
POI
beautiful.
of all time.
Remember when the event like ended and you're free falling down to Loot Lake and how beautiful
and
it
there's
looked?
the rainbow, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was some different type of graphics once you landed there. Like it was
just
so
definitely changed up.
rendered.
I would love that on the next, on the next map.
Nice.
That's my favorite POI of all time.
Do I want to go through you and then? No. Okay. Lit. What would you take?
Now, I actually have a pretty different opinion about this.
No, was
I don't want them to bring back any POI from any time.
Okay,
I want it to be completely new, completely original. I want Fortnite to stop hanging on to the past.
That's good. That's good.
I
That's
want
good.
them
That's
to
good.
look forward. If this is going to be basically a completely new start for Fortnite, I want it to look like a new start to Fortnite.
Fair enough.
I don't want anything returning. What the? I dropped my controller and my character started
Oh, wait,
singing.
okay, chill,
Um,
chill.
But if I do have to pick a POI from each chapter, gosh, it's a difficult question.
Chapter.
What's a good POI from chapter 1?
I would
would
say
The Leaky
bring
Lake.
back?
Paradise Palms.
Leaky Lake was nice, and Paradise Palms was also nice.
Starry, what was it? Starry Suburbs was a nice one.
Starry
Starry
Suburbs.
Suburbs,
That was
cool.
that was pretty cool.
All right. Chapter 2.
Okay, actually, I think I would want Pressure Plant from chapter 1. I feel like that's something that could still fit in pretty well to a new map.
It doesn't even have to be in the volcano.
And,
Actually,
like-
would you prefer it if it was like more?
Yeah, it would
something
just
else?
be in like a canyon, just like in a canyon, kinda.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that working. Chapter 2.
And from chapter 2,
Oh.
it's easily my favorite POI of
Colossal
all time.
Coliseum.
No.
All right.
Slurpy
Salty Tap
Swamp.
Oh, no, okay.
Slurpy Swamp is my all-time favorite POI ever. Like, I would land there, get some beautiful loots, and I would always be shielded up the second I got there. Everything about like me landing there was always like a game where I would win half the games that I landed there in. And it really disappointed me because like near the end of that chapter, like there was that cool thing where it was like abducting all of Slurpy Swamp, and that kind of made the POI better for a bit.
Oh, they just got rid of it.
And then they
It was dead.
completely
It was dead.
Then they got rid of it. And then I was like really sad towards the end of the chapter because of my favorite POI was gone.
Lit said.
But-
Who said pressure plant? Lit said pressure plant, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
me.
Yeah. I would.
Actually, I changed my mind. I want to bring back Coral Castle now.
I would say chapter 2. Chapter 2 is actually difficult. I was thinking about this because I was thinking of the questions. I don't know. Hunter's Haven, I guess, had a really cool lore element. I guess
That was a
with
good place.
the
Yeah.
all the I guess all the things Jonesy got in that season. Misty Meadows, not bad. Although, as you say, if you land at Slurpee, you would always win. If I land at Weeping, guaranteed win. But I don't know if it was
Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
POI too.
Corny's not
We've
bad.
been slept on.
Corny wasn't bad. I wouldn't say any like nothing really stood out for me. I kind of liked every POI equally. Instead of Cole.
Oh, dude, I also loved Caddy Corner from chapter 2.
The assholes. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. The what was it? Mythic item from there.
A lot of different things. It started off with Evil Meowscle's AK that
Yeah.
landed there after Deadpool took
It was
over his
Shockwave.
ship.
It was a Shockwave.
Then
Yeah.
Then it was the Shockwave and the
That
Charge.
was nice. That was nice. Powerful.
Yeah. In that season, since, Slurpy Swamp was flooded, that was the place I always landed.
Chapter
that season.
Chapter 3. What would you take into the next chapter if you could take one POI?
Oh, I reckon. Okay, does Tilted count?
Yeah, Tilted
no?
counts, I guess.
I don't think Tilted.
I'd say
can go.
try to pick one of the new places, actually. Like, you can say
Well, like
Tilted,
Lazy
but...
Lagoon. Oh, that's not new. Right? No.
No, you can take. Well, yeah, I guess.
I was really happy that they bring Shifty Shafts back.
That change,
I'm not gonna lie.
that change enough. No, Lazy Lagoon just change enough for me to accept that. If you don't want to pick one that was already on another map, but if you have to pick one, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I think about it, it's kind of hard to pick for chapter 3.
All the ones I like
all of it's
are like
yeah,
like revamped, kind of.
yeah.
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
It's hard to pick, but if I had to, it'd probably be either Chonkers Speedway or Cloudy Condo.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Oh,
Or we can go back in time and get Camp Cuddle. That was also a nice
Oh,
place.
I was just about to say that.
That's
Everyone
true.
in my chat, who's usually in my chat, would love Camp Cuddle.
Yeah.
what about I feel like if we got just, I know Covert Cavern wouldn't really fit, but
Your mic's breaking up. I don't know what's going
oh, sorry.
on.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Is that okay? So I feel like although Covert Cavern wouldn't fit, it was a very good POI, and now I don't like what they've done with Rave Cave to it. Like it's cool,
Yeah, I get what
but
you mean.
like
It's lost its
yeah,
appeal.
I feel like yeah.
There's
So
so
if there
much
was
in Rave
anything
Cave that
from
they
there,
cut off from like
Yeah.
actual covert by just putting up walls of TVs and whatnot.
Yeah. I guess that would kind of do with
It's
the.
very weird.
I guess that might have something to do with the nothing if they wanted to go in that direction, but obviously that hasn't happened, so maybe not. I don't know. Now, if it was fractured in the sense of bits and pieces of each map, where's my? No, that's not it. Oh no, what do I do with it? Yes. So, because I hear a lot of people saying like they wouldn't mind this to happen as well. If you could take each, so if you can see the numbers on the screen,
oh, a quadrant of each, yeah.
one of each.
Oh, that's okay.
You were about to say it was a good
this is
idea, then. I do think about these podcasts before.
This is very easy for chapter 1. Easily quadrant 1.
Okay.
Easily quadrant 1.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For me, it's between 1 and 4 when I think about the old prison and that sort of stuff. I kind of like that.
Yeah, but it's got Loot Lake and Pleasant Park.
I mean, that's got the block in the blocks in at this point, and then I guess you had before you had the.
There's also
motel,
Paradise Palms
motel,
right down there.
No, motel was on the other side. No, I'm getting confused. Which was with motel 1? 2. Oh man, I'm getting confused.
All the things that are just in this one quadrant of the map. You got Paradise Palms, Loot Lake, Junk Junction, Pleasant Park, the block. You got the Secret Villains Lair, that one mountain that has all the shopping carts on it. Like
Haunted Hills.
That was a vibe of a map.
Oh, when I played competitive, it was I can't remember. I would always land at the pirate's house with a cannon. I'll go in there because they had 2 vending machines. It was broken rotation. I don't know why more people didn't land there. And you would go to you would go further up, and there'd be like one of them. It was when the carriers were in the floating things. You would cannon yourself to that, and you rotate in, and you just farm points. That was good. So I'd probably go for 1 as well. So that seems a unanimous 1 pick now.
Yeah.
Okay, chapter 2. I'll go 1 again. No.
Wait, is it? Did you put it up on stream? Oh yeah.
Ah, dude, nobody's picking 1. Coral Castle's in 1.
Oh, I reckon 3 or 4.
Now, call me biased, but I'd probably pick 3.
Yeah, I'll go 4 with Misty and Catty, Retail and Lazy, and Hunter's Haven would have been
4.
a bit in here as well. Maybe it would have been in 3 as well. I don't know.
And the Grotto as well, if you want to.
Oh my god, yeah, 4's go to this one.
4.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I would pick 4. The only reason I would pick 3 is because Slurpy Swamp, and it's a lot smaller of a portion of a map. So, like, since it's chapter 2, it doesn't take up that much space. And it's also
chapter 2 a bigger. I get what you mean, but I'm sure chapter 2 is slightly bigger. But I do get what
chapter 2 was bigger than chapter 1 map, and chapter 3 is bigger than all 3 of them. But
I get what you mean if you say it felt smaller. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So that's
we should
especially
we're
at the
gonna combine see what it looks like in the end. If we combine
I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that after the stream.
Yeah,
unless someone in chat wants to do it.
The chapter 1 is section 1. Chapter 2 is what? Section 4? Is that the unanimous?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 4. So
yeah.
I guess it's.
So now.
I guess if I flick between these really
1 and 2 4.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. I guess you can kind of see it. I don't know. Is there a way of me to... No, that's too much of a headache to do now. Chapter 3. Again, that's actually difficult. I think we can throw 3 out.
Oh god, I feel like. Okay,
yeah, 3
1
is
I don't.
kind of weak.
For me, it's either 2 or 4. Oh, I feel like 2 for me.
Yeah, I do like landing at Crossroads. It's a really nice POI.
And also, you got the sunny steps and that side island and the lagoon. I mean, Tilted though. Oh damn.
Tilt isn't free, isn't I would say.
Yeah, it's not.
You think we've seen enough of Tilted though?
But it's such a good POI though.
It's not even going to make out of this chapter. It's not even Tilted Towers at the moment. It's Tainted Towers.
Yeah, it's tainted.
That's true.
Rip.
What a sad way to end. Tainted Towers.
Tilted hasn't even made it to any end event at this point.
Yeah.
I am once again conflicted. I cannot pick between 2 and 4. Because, as I said earlier, if there was one POI to come from Chapter 3 to go into Chapter 4, it was either one of the 2 POIs that are both in 4.
Oh.
Also, 4 has the most POIs.
I mean, it has the most named POIs.
I would pick Rocky Reels or the Lagoon because I love both of them. But like,
I always die when I go Rocky Reels.
No, I feel like I picked 2. I reckon I'd pick 2.
2.
Yeah.
2. So that's 2 of Chapter 3, 1 of Chapter 1, and 4 of Chapter 2. Not bad.
I can combine them if you want. I'm gonna try to do that.
You don't have to do it now.
And then, like, once we get our final chapter reveal, we could, like, cut out the one side that we didn't use and put it all
That would be the
together,
new
see what
map.
we got.
That would be the new map, I guess. Okay, yeah.
That would just be a little
That's
cool
chapter
thing that we
5.
could post.
Actually, that's Chapter 5. Actually, it worked pretty well. So I do think
That was pretty fun. I like that.
I do think about these podcasts.
I can tell.
I can tell.
So did we use everyone except Quadrant 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quadrant 3 was gonna be our Chapter 4 pick.
Yeah. So
Right.
Which
that's
we really
up to
hope
4.
that it's crazy good.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Quadrant 3 for next chapter is just freaking, I don't know,
Right.
Coral Castle or something.
Tears, come with me.
Just to the entire thing. Okay.
Second rift. Is it
God.
Second Rift? Oh, it is Second Rift.
Is this the trap game thing?
Yes, this is a trap game. Right, we got
Oh God.
we got Cyan and Lit on completion number 2. Mr. Dean Genie the week before completed it in first go. Oh no.
Is it Oh.
Is Lit have another go? Alright, Lit can have another go. Or we can both have the same go at the same time, which seems a bit cheating, I guess, if you play the other chat. But I'll let it slide.
I'm doing it for him.
Alright, I'll let you go again.
Look at me go.
Oh God. Don't. Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna run back through.
Oh, did I not put a checkpoint in? Alright, let Lit go, and then... Alright. We pretend this is your first go.
Is he...
No!
Oh, for sure.
Ah!
Alright,
I was doing sword strats where I would just dodge out of the way.
number 5.
It
Come
doesn't
on.
matter. I completed it anyways.
Oh, unlucky,
No.
unlucky.
I mean, that was most definitely my first go. What do you mean?
Okay,
6,
Jay, let's see
7,
you do it.
8. So you finished on 8. I'm not saying I'm good. I don't make the rules. Okay, I do make the rules.
Okay, there's only one change about this, all right?
Yeah. Oh no! I found
Wow.
that was 7. Oh, rip!
Oh my God.
Mate, it's not as easy as it looks.
I'm so
It's
so devious.
It's not as easy as it.
Jay, run through it one more time. Trust me, just trust me.
He's gonna troll you for sure.
I'm not.
I feel like you are. I feel like you are. Oh no way! You know I could just build. Right. All right, let's try and give Thingy one go without you absolutely just griefing.
Yeah. Okay. I hope they add these like swords into the game though, because like it has a cool little lock-on feature. Look at this. See how I
God,
block
am I
I
meant
turn
to
to
go
you.
again?
Yeah, you can go again. You can go again. All right.
It's not triggering. Oh God.
5. Nice. Oh
No.
no!
Ah,
got to 10.
darn.
Got to 10.
You know, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna full send it.
GG's.
Full sending it. Full sending it. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that didn't really work for you trying to sword threat. Do you want to go again?
That
Do you
never
want to try and see you can bet a 10?
Oh, sure.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh,
You know what?
Hey,
No one saw that. No one saw that. It's back to the studio.
Jay, real fast,
Yeah.
like after this game, are you able to turn on like inventory drops off so I don't lose all my stuff when I die?
Oh, after this. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
it. I can do it. Well, you don't need a pump in your inventory slot, do you? Oh,
What did I say?
does that? Yeah, you need. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I obviously need my sword, my totally normal gun.
Fair enough. Right. Update 2240 happens. Pretty interesting stuff.
it did.
Pretty interesting. Rocket League cards on the map. How are we feeling about that? I think it's a great idea.
Oh, for sure.
Bit overpowered with some of the people I've seen like flying onto the blimp when they're stated, but people just stand up there probably deserving that. Yeah, literally, Rocket League cards in Fortnite is insane. I hope. I don't know. Maybe we probably shouldn't end chapter 4, but I hope now are scheduled to at least come back at some point, because they will probably go at the start of next chapter. I feel like just to get used to the dynamics of the new map or something. Probably shouldn't put Rocket League cards unless they're going to build in something like where you can sort of, I don't know, unless they got something planned in terms of like terrain and stuff.
Yeah. You can stop emoting. Feel free to.
I feel like
There
you
we go.
love the. How do you feel about the Rocket League cards?
You obviously know that I love them in creative mode
Yeah.
because I am currently making a massive racing map for it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's pretty good.
And I cannot explain to you how like crazy it was to wake up that morning, drop into Fortnite expecting something totally different, landing at Rocky, and there just be an Octane there.
Yeah, you didn't know about it, did you?
That-
You actually didn't. You actually
No,
didn't
I
see.
didn't.
Yeah, you didn't see
I
anything.
did
That would be
not
kind of
notice.
cool.
So like, obviously, it's a whole lot more toned down than the one that's actually in creative.
Yeah, I feel
I
like.
can totally understand why, but I still love them. I figured out an amazing strat to use them. You just get some Chrome Splash, throw it on, and like whenever your vehicle's about to like blow up, just like quickly drive away. Your car is extremely good at doing that, so it never really runs out of health like that.
I haven't seen one at
And
endgame yet.
I especially love it in like trios and squads. Here's a little story about a trios game I had. Me and a couple of buddies were just playing some normal Fortnite, and the zone eventually ended up in between like Shimmering Shines or whatever it was called and Fort Jonesy. I got a Rocket League Octane at the beginning of the game, and I still had it at the end.
Nice.
And this is the way that we always engaged in fights. I would take my Octane into the place, ram over at least one of the teammates doing at least 50 damage to him, and then just drive away because I wanted to get recon. I wanted to engage the fight well to where like somebody just took damage. Now they're going to have to compensate for that while my team rushes in from different sides.
I feel like that's how most.
And especially for like the last guy,
Yeah.
last team, because the circle got small enough to where I was just sent off to do recon and didn't need my teammates.
How's the knockback on
And
them?
we found the final guy, and everyone was shooting him, but I yelled, "Don't stop! Stop!" I made them stop shooting at him. So I completely did a crazy like Rocket League trick that I found out while playing actual Rocket League. So I was like flying through the air, and then I landed straight on him. And all I could think of is like those vehicle memes where it's about like crash into something and it turns into a Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
song.
I've seen those. There's probably loads of them on TikTok at the moment before. I've seen them.
Yeah.
How's the knockback
So
on
I
them?
just rammed into the final guy like that. It just felt so hype. What was that, Jay?
How's the knockback on them? Do you like could you like push them into zone pretty convincingly, or is the knockback quite weak on them? I haven't really.
It's not that strong,
Okay,
but
cool.
it's definitely meant for displacing people.
Fair.
And Jay, I'd just like to let you know I sent you the mixed map on Discord
Oh, did
of
you?
all of our. Yeah.
Did you send it in the Jay's Discord?
I'll send it to the server.
You can send it in
It
general.
looks quite well mixed in, actually.
I wonder what you did for 3, or like, did you just keep that blacked out?
Oh, I just blacked it out.
Okay. Oh,
So-
that's actually kind of cool looking. Like, it
Yeah,
just drops off into a cliff leading to the 2, and then it like gradually
Well, that
transitions.
little island
No.
you see above. That bit of
Transitions
land
really
that's
well into
snowy.
1.
It does.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're designed.
Yeah, they're
to be
designed
the
to.
same.
Yeah, they're designed to be like that. 4's probably the same. 4 works in quite well as well, really.
Yeah, it does. We just need the chapter 3 bit to be a bit darker green.
Yeah, that would work
See if
pretty
I can
well.
do that.
Oh, that doesn't look too bad actually. The lake,
Yeah,
the lake,
I like that.
the lake from Corny Crossroads kind of bends into Loot Lake, I suppose, because that's where Loot Lake is. So it bends in
Well,
pretty
like,
well.
obviously, it's a little bit of concept. If this were to be a real thing, they would obviously do some tweaks. But I would love the
Oh
idea
yeah, of course.
that just like how the Loot Lake of this chapter leads into the Coney Crossroads, I like the idea of Coney Crossroads lake still leading into like the OG
Loot Lake,
Loot
that
Lake,
would be sick.
and then like the OG river that flows out of it going into the chapter 4 portion. And then
Yeah.
like the chapter 2 portion, you also have another lake that could also lead into the Coney Crossroads lake. That could also again lead into the chapter 4 lake. Like the boats would be crazy that season. And I still want jet skis to be a part of the game.
You kind of explain. I don't know if you've seen it. Thingy's concept got released today. Echo, is that how you say it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's exactly. He's used Misty Meadows bit as a thing. It's a cool concept. That's probably literally what you just explained there. Is that how he's played it out as well. But yeah, thanks for doing that. Pretty good. I'm gonna post
that's
it on the
really
Discord
cool.
if you haven't posted on the Discord on the actual
You did.
on the house and yeah. Okay, cool. Right. What's is there anything about? What else happened this update? Oh, we've already discussed the Paradise quest that came back this update.
Oh yeah.
We've already talked about the Chrome spread being a little limited, I guess,
Yeah.
in terms of we're about to go into a big live event. And the grappler, the Batman grappler, I guess.
It's
Oh, I gotta
not
be
that
honest.
good.
I haven't played this update.
I've only played
at
one.
all.
Yeah,
I haven't played Battle Royale at all with this update coming out.
fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
got too much
Okay,
to worry
so-
about with school and whatever.
Oh,
but,
no,
yeah.
that's fair enough.
So I guess the best way to describe the grapple glider is that you instantly redeploy after you shoot it, kind of like we had grapplers in the past with the Batman grappler and the Jules grappler.
Yeah.
But the difference is like those grapplers were good, not for the fact like you could just grapple up to somebody and then immediately shoot at them, but it shot so absurdly far, and you could just travel around with it really easily.
Yeah,
And
this
the thing about the
Yeah.
grapple glider is that it does the same thing, but it only has the range of a normal grappler,
Yeah.
which sucks.
I tried to grapple onto something,
like
and
really
I
bad.
tried to grapple onto one of the floating bits outside Loot Lake, and it didn't work. And then when I moved it, it worked, and it pushed me almost into the play. And I thought, oh, this is not what I was meant to do. So yeah, it's very much weaker than the old Batman glider. But that's about update.
I'd say it's weaker than a normal grappler, since what made grappler gliders good was that it shot so much further than the normal grapplers. That's what made it good
Yes. Well,
and different.
that's about update 2240 then. Bit of a small update
for the end of a chapter. Like, come on.
There's a bit
like 10.
I mean, everything's probably
Chapter 3 will always be known as that chapter that ended with Rocket League cars.
Probably.
No, that chapter that ended with tainted towers.
So yeah. But sorry, Tilted, you don't get your limelight again.
It's a decent name for a chromed out Tilted. Not gonna lie.
That's true. It's better than like stuff like Chrome Jam Junction. That's rubbish.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah,
That
Like,
doesn't make sense.
that's the most that the name as well as the POI are disgusting. Like no one
Like they didn't
unless
have
it's
to
an
do
AI.
Logjam.
yeah.
They could have done a different play. I would have loved to see like a Chrome Rave Cave, the Chrome Cave or something. That would have been cool.
You just work for Epic. Just do that, and then you're fine.
Yeah, just try and get a
You know
job.
what, you're right. Yeah.
Right on your CV.
You're just gonna leave
Monday
the
morning.
podcast and
Yeah.
go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bye, Jay.
Oh no.
You know what? I'll make my leave.
Talk about updates. Talk about updates in Chapter 4. I just thought Warzone 2's come out, and you can do this thing now where you can ping your enemies and put them in your team. I'm pretty sure I said a few seasons ago that they should do that with reboot cards. When your reboot card drops, if another team hasn't got enough players, they should pick up your reboot card and reboot you onto their team, which I think could work.
Yeah,
Look,
it
I
could
don't know,
work, but that would be weird.
Yeah,
Imagine,
That would be
especially
Maybe
for
like
like
an
if you're
LTM
playing
for
with
that
your
or something.
friends. Like you
LTM,
could be
for sure.
rebooted onto somebody else's squad, and then like
imagine you're in the final circle
obviously,
versing someone that you're talking to.
say you got killed by that squad, right? And they reboot you onto your team. You don't want to help them. If anything, you want to sabotage them for your team.
I can see the issues. No, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. That I can see like some issues with like if they did kill you, then you'd be annoyed, or they might want to, I don't know, meme you. So I can sort of see that, but it's an idea at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's an idea. Yeah, but the push to talk on that game's crazy at the moment. Not the push to talk, the fact that you can just hear people talking and it's got like proximity chat already on.
Oh, proximity would be hectic
Okay.
in Fortnite because most of the community is 8.
Honestly,
Yeah, that would be.
honestly, I feel like it should just be an option you could turn on and off. It's just cool
Yeah,
to
like
have
Imposters
it in the
had
game.
it. Imposters had a
I-
mode with proximity.
So
and-
I forgot about
proximity
that.
chat
I
with
completely
that.
forgot about that. I have done that. So yeah,
We need that in Party Royale if we're gonna keep that.
I think.
Oh god,
that's-
how is that
that's-
not removed?
that's-
How is Imposters gone, but that's not?
Exactly,
Battle Lab.
right?
I know Creative 2.0 is coming in, but Battle Labs is going, isn't it? That's a gunner.
I don't know what.
Because
Wow.
I think I was hearing that was it. That's a gunner. I don't know. It might be gone now, but
Hey, chat. When was the last time?
you completely went.
did he just lag out for you?
Yeah, he lagged out for me. You good, Lit?
You good, bro? Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah, we can now.
Chat. When was the last time you went into Party Royale, huh?
I reckon I last went in Chapter 2, Season... When was it released, actually?
Party Royale.
That's a good question.
I have no
I can't
idea.
remember.
I mean, and what they've done with the emotes economy, which sort of drove people to Party Royale with having rare emotes, have kind of died out because they keep bringing back. I mean, I still got a bit of clout, I guess, with Paradigm and the few skins I have. I have Rue. I have the original Black Widow. So
Like, nobody cares that you have this really OG skin.
that's the well, creators who create content on it. That's basically what they do. So they will drive people because of that to Party Royale, and that was the thing. So I guess without that, it's sort of I don't know.
Well, Party Royale released in Chapter 2, Season 2.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
Well, I last played it in Chapter 2, Season 3. That's so sad.
I'll probably season 5 maybe. At one point, chat kept saying, "Go in there. You got this rare you got this rare skin." But yeah, that's probably not gonna make it out of the
It's got the
chapter if I'm being
Infinity
honest.
Blade or something. What?
I mean, we'll probably.
No, this blade, it just does a little thing like this.
I completely forgot about all the events they do inside it. They do like
Oh god,
calm down,
I'm
Lit.
getting bullied.
Lit,
Come here.
calm down.
Come on.
Lit, calm down.
No. You just called.
Anyway, But
You call my sword the Infinity Blade.
I completely forgot about Party Royale. Party Royale has shows in it, so I guess because of that, it will stay in the game for probably a while.
But isn't it that they just do it in creative now?
Do they do it in creative? Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they
they
make a
just do the
separate thing.
Soundwave series in
Yeah.
creative.
Oh my god, they do, don't they? Oh, they still, but they do. They still do like shorts in there, don't they? Stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Short night.
still it's not.
Short night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. They could easily just make a creative map for that, or like temporarily release Party Royale. I don't think it will stay as a core mode.
Yeah.
And didn't they do that before? The last one, the Fortnitemares.
Oh
one
yeah,
that we
the
got.
Universal Monsters
It was a
one,
straight
they
up
just made
creative maps that we went to watch it.
Yeah.
We never went into Party Royale.
That's very true.
I had a good bit of lore. I'm ashamed that didn't carry on this Fortnite Bears. That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, that's true.
They could have done
Oh
something.
yeah,
with
we got the whole the Universal Monsters thing, and then we had the cube stuff. in
and
that,
then you had,
and then we...
and you had a teaser for another skin, didn't you? Who was left behind, who didn't go through with the original
Yeah,
bunch.
we didn't.
And I don't really know what happened there. Something else that will probably get rectified eventually. I don't know what happened.
That could... Are you right there, Lit?
No,
I'm fighting the night.
Lit's having a few issues. Titus, what got any big videos plans?
Look, I think I want to try to focus on creative more. Well, not creative more, but creative as well as story.
Yeah.
Because story's quite limited. It's very bland at the moment, and I feel like creative could be the next sort of big thing for Fortnite, as well as the fact of my personal enjoyment. I've found making maps and playing maps is a lot more fun at the moment. And I don't know if you're talking about, you know, branching out into other games as well. I would do that
I don't know, right?
if community would work with it. But the only, from like YouTube research tabs and stuff, I can tell the only thing my community is really interested in is Fortnite and Marvel. I would rather die than make Marvel videos. I despise it. I think the story of heroes versus villains is very boring. Anyone wants to fight me on that, please do. I find it very enjoyable. Okay.
Right.
I
have a
think
shotgun.
with that position,
I'll fight you. I'm happy to
think,
fight you. In fact, I'll do some more.
All right, comment it. But yeah, I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. That's why the Fortnite storyline's interesting in terms of like good versus evil, as we were sort of touched on earlier. It's got more of a broad appeal.
because it doesn't really have one of that.
No,
It doesn't really have. There's the closest thing you've got to good is the Ice King, who kind of, you know, took us all under snow and chucked a massive chunk of rock into the island, which is definitely not seen as fully good.
no.
And the most evil we've gotten is the Last Reality, which they probably have some reason. It's like, oh, she's trying to do the right thing, whatever. I really don't think
No,
it's
I
good
can't.
versus
I
evil
can't.
whatsoever.
No.
Maybe there's an evil, but it's not your typical heroes versus bad guys story.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. But that's interesting what you
But
say
yeah,
about.
in terms of content, yeah, what are you saying? Sorry.
No, you carry on.
In terms of content, I would branch out to other. I mean, the only really other thing I'm probably interested in is Destiny. That's quite out of date now, so you know.
There's a lot of lore in that.
There is.
I often get them videos at every occasion. I end up watching a whole hour of it. And that'd be
like the whole the stuff about Traveler and everything. Like
oh,
that.
no, there's so much lore in it. It's ridiculous.
Such a great game.
Yeah. But yeah, when you say about Creative 2.0, that's definitely something I'm considering, because that is going to be like a new content creation stream, I guess, if it is as
well. I've
got
got 2 videos planned. Actually, I was going to say my first video is like talking about how Chapter 4 is changing Fortnite forever, and sort of touching upon how creative is going to probably be the main focus from there. I mean, as we were talking about earlier, this could be a story thing, this would be a gameplay thing. Without the loop, what is the main focus? It's obviously not Battle Royale, so maybe that's how they transition into creative, which would be really smart. And then my next video is talking about how there's going to be over thousands of new game modes, and how, well, as well, people don't realize, right, is that we already have so much leeway with creative currently. I've been able to make game modes that I play with my friends sometimes when we're bored of Battle Royale, and I can showcase that and go, you use a couple of sequences, do this stuff. It's not that difficult to make your own games, and with this sort of upheld potential, I guess, of Creative 2.0, it's going to be insane. It's not just going to be like Roblox, which is like, oh, it's a platform where there's other people making games, because we'll still have the main game mode. See, what people think is that creative will just be, oh, like just a platform with community-made game modes. But I think it's more that creative is just a part of what Epic are trying to do. We know they have open world, battle royale, party royale, creative battle royale. They have creative 2.0. It's more that it's just one mode in a larger, sort of platform that they're trying to make
the
Fortnite.
Omniverse, but in terms of their actual real life game. Obviously, we have the
exactly.
Yeah. That's a great way. I described that the other week. That's actually a good way of describing it. It's an Omniverse in their game modes. Like, you can, if you don't want to play Battle Royale, you can go and play creative. You can go and do this. And with 2.0, I hope they do something where you can create I don't know what you're alluding to, but create your own storylines within these creative modes and maybe build a world for your community, which I think already sort of happens. I think Cyan, who was in here earlier, he's done like a map as well, and that's got a whole storyline to it. And that's kind of interesting. So if we can sort of, I don't know, increase that development into terms of you can play storyline modes and learn, I think that'd be a quite interesting thing to do.
Yeah. Sorry, he's just...
Jay, press the box. Press the box, Jay. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot.
I didn't.
No, don't shoot it. I'm trying to do a joke, dude.
I didn't realize.
Right,
I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Look away.
I didn't realize.
Jay,
Oh no! I wonder what could be happening.
I didn't realize.
Let's see.
I'm trying.
Oh,
where's my prop gun.
Sorry, I picked up. I see what you're doing.
This entire thing is over. Damn it. Hit the box.
Boop. Oh,
hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me! Shoot me, I dare you.
He's been playing that all week.
That's the only reason he came on here to do that.
Yeah, that's true. He said, "I can't do that, Meeseek." But he mentioned it earlier in the week.
You ruined it, dude. You ruined it.
I didn't realize you were one.
Not you. Tedious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Why would you shoot the box?
Because you were a prop. I knew it was you.
You know, for a second, I thought you couldn't take damage as well. I kind of forgot what props did then for a second.
I sincerely apologize. We'll cut that out and we'll act like we were very surprised.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Because you can totally cut things out.
Yeah, in the YouTube editor, it will look seamless. Trust me, it will look seamless.
Oh, for sure.
It will look seamless.
You gotta have like cool transition where it's just like Google slideshow where it's like that one cute transition.
No, it will be better than that.
Like the start of that, cutting out that bit, and then goes to the next bit where you guys act surprised.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I thought I know what you're referring to. But yeah, Creator 2.0. That might be the future. Maybe
I just looked at your stream. You have less than 150 health. Oh, my sword. Give me my sword. Where's my...
Okay. I surrender. As long as you don't kill me. Here's your sword. Okay?
That was a warning shot.
Anyways, he's gonna kill me.
That was a warning shot.
Come on.
Oh, God.
Right.
I'm just trying to have some fun.
All right. Well, Creator 2.0. You want to get into that, don't you? Creator 2.0.
Of course, yeah. It's so much fun.
You got background in coding, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. Actually.
Yeah, so it's an interest. That'd be pretty big for you. You don't really.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be great.
So that's what I want you to do. Create your YouTube channel because you still haven't done that, and then you need to like sort of teach people Unreal Engine, and then you're good to go because that's going to be a big pull.
That's it.
I've been considering.
I never
100%.
used Unreal Engine, but I'll have to learn it.
I mean, if it's coding, I guess I guess it's different. You got HTML, haven't you? And you got this and that. I don't really know how it works, but I guess you got different things. It's not all going to be the same. But it's something that is going to create. People are going to want to know what's going to happen because of it. It's going to create views and conversation, I guess, in terms of people want to know this new content stream. I guess, are people going to adapt like big content creators? I guess like Scythe PK could, like, I guess what he would do, he would get someone to create his maps for him, which I guess he does anyway. And he
does that all the time.
That'd be what I would do. I would do that if I could pay someone. I think create this map in my image, I would love to do that. I don't think I'm going to go into Creative 2.0. I'll stick to the storyline. Hopefully there's a storyline next season, which I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there'll be.
No, the story just ends.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
don't get
Honestly,
anything else.
as I was saying, is if the 0 point fractures and the loop ends, we could be going into a very different element of the storyline. Who knows? So roll on chapter 4, I guess.
It becomes canon that the paradigm just got tired and stopped talking to us.
Sure. Oh, he's lost.
No, it becomes canon that the paradigm actually just wants to stay home and never comes back and just leaves us to die.
That's it.
She's gonna be a stay-at-home mom with the scientist, and then that's it.
Oh, she just comes back to get the scientist, and then she's off on her
She's
thing.
I'm not going to save reality, but I'm going to save this big man.
Right.
Famous last words, and she's just gone.
Tidus,
Yep.
favorite bit of the Fortnite storyline. Sum it up.
Oh God. I gotta think about this. Favorite bit of the Fortnite in terms of events, factions.
It can be characters, factions.
Okay, factions. It has to be for me. You know that element table that was in Chapter 1, Season 7?
Oh, literally, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, it's
really?
over here.
Yeah, we put it.
Yeah, it's right there.
We put it in there. We put it in the background of the.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And the fact that I don't know if you noticed,
I
but in
designed
the
this
quest,
by the way.
okay, thank you. I appreciate this little touch. It's beautiful. I don't know if you've noticed this, Jay, but in the quest packs, the level up packs of each season, they're teasing elemental stuff.
Oh, I think I did see it. You went over this once. I'm pretty sure. Or someone did.
Chapter 3, Season 1 had Monarch.
Yes.
Talking about like kings, monarchs, whatever, and that had sort of a light idea, which is why we thought light was an element, but it's actually not.
I guess it's everything.
Chapter 3, Season 2. What was the quest pack for that season? Was that?
Have you got the?
Oh, what was?
Oh my god.
I tweeted this, didn't I? Oh, a Mega Knight. That's what it was, wasn't it?
I think so.
So a Mega Knight, like knights, monarchs, that sort of thing.
Yes.
I remember Ice King said he had knights as well. Then you have Chapter 3, Season 3 had Phantasm. His quests literally mentioned air, fire, water, and earth.
Oh no!
And I don't know if you know.
Did we not have the Ramirez skin? Wasn't that not a level up pack? The gold version and the Rift.
Yeah, the Monarch.
Oh, is that what you? Sorry, sorry. My bad.
So, what was it? I'm trying to think of the one thing. Oh yeah, so do you know the Elmira and Caster skins, the wizard skins?
Yes.
They actually have a style called Dark, and that interlinks Dark with both ice and fire because they're obviously elemental skins because, well, they released in that season as well as having ice and fire skins. And then what's interesting about that is we have the 5 symbols on the table, and then you have ice, fire, dark, earth, and air. And those elements, that just seems so interesting. Like, I've always loved trying to piece together what that whole story is.
You've got a few of them on the... oh, no, it's not there anymore, is it? You had them on the Syndicate POI before, obviously, the Chrome takeover, and there was elementals on some of the walls, I believe. On some of the walls. So by the 7, or the 7... I'm sure at the top of the door somewhere, I'm going to have to look up the old set on Creative. I'm sure there's elemental signs, as well as... Yes, I'm pretty sure. We might have to look this back up. But I don't think you can see it anymore because none of the POI remains as it once was. It's all chrome, so you can't see it anymore. But I'm sure there's elemental signs on the Syndicate. We're going to have to look that up to be sure.
Oh, on the Sanctuary, you mean?
Yeah, Sanctuary. Yeah,
there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's ones for earth, wind, fire. Well, even this Aida, this new level up pack has... She's very heavily themed around air. You have to go into the sky through the balloons to collect her coins, and they're like themed around air. So they're obviously there's more to this story.
And electricity, sure. Mostly electricity. Actually,
electricity. Yeah, but that's not one of the elements. That's more just a general thing. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
I initially thought it was too, but then even Save the World outlines this that elementals and like energy are separate things.
Yeah,
that's quite interesting. Yeah, so I think it's fire, ice, earth, air, and dark. Yeah.
I guess the light could be the everything. I guess if you think about like an embodiment
Yeah,
of that.
but well, we thought light was the contrast to dark, but there's only 5, so it's not really. It's kind of like dark has nothing to like go against that sort of thing. I'm not sure.
The
That probably
darkness is
adds
the
to
ultimate
why.
end.
Exactly, which is why it doesn't have anything contrasting to it, and that's as well. People are saying that the nothing and the everything sort of intertwine. That could tie into that as well. Why there's nothing to contrast it. But yeah, I mean we've got.
Unintended.
Oh yeah. We've got Cube King and Cube Queen for Dark. We've got Ice King and Ice Queen for, Ice, obviously. The prisoner was never outlined to have like a queen with him. I find that a bit odd. Maybe she's dead or something. I don't know. We'll probably find out about that.
Yeah,
later
I
on.
guess we may never know.
But when did you start playing?
This account I started in like season X because obviously I got the paradigm, but I started playing in.
Yeah.
I thought I started playing in chapter 1, season 6, but I didn't remember Thanos, so I must have started in season 4. So I completely forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when did you start?
Chapter 1, season 3.
Nice. It's been here since
I don't know why I
beginning,
didn't get the
think.
battle pass, but
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
didn't get the early battle passes either.
I got season 4, but that's about it. That's the only. I didn't get anything earlier than that.
So the elementals are your favourite point of the story, even though they kind of forget about it every season and give you.
Yeah.
Then like
They give you little small hints, and then they go, "Okay, that's all you get."
like a fishing line. Here you go. Here's a bit of bait. Oh wait, no, I'll reel it back in. But that's it.
I've always loved. I mean, I love the fire skins as well. That's why I main.
Oh yeah,
all of those
I
ones
see that.
I just love. But yeah, that's probably my favorite faction. In terms of favorite characters. Oh yeah, sorry.
Did you see my video? Well, I keep hearing everyone talk about the cubes and in terms of their colours, and I just wanted to come from a different angle. So I ended up saying that maybe the elementals have like a power grid, kind of like Avatar in terms of like wind, fire, air. Each cube has a colour where they can essentially take the power from it, and it's like a mystic level. Not saying I believe it. I just wanted to come from a different angle because I felt like the cube theory's got a bit stale. So I ended up just doing that because I thought it's kind of a theory that kind of works and could be the case if they want to go in that direction, I guess. Because at the moment we know so little, I guess they could go in any direction really. But I kind of like
last season as well. After chapter 3, season 3, we really thought we were going into some elemental sort of season because we had the Ice King's shield as a relic that was coming towards the island. It's a bit odd that they sort of just dropped that off. You know?
I think they was using old assets. I thought I heard eventually. Same with that Ghost logo we had when the Resistance were taking over POIs. They keep doing that. Every time I see an old asset now, I don't jump on it. I think, nah, I can't be bothered to jump down it, do a whole video on it, and go. And then 2 days later, they go, "Oh no, it was an old asset. Sorry, guys, they're not coming back." But yeah. So, did you see the trailer for Elementals Disney movie?
I did. Cyan sent that to me and said this is a tedious movie, and I was like, "Oh."
The fire one looks like Harold's burning ember. Skin.
I was gonna say that.
I did the tweet, and actually, I think this. Obviously, they made a play on names. Their actual character's called Ember as well. So I saw that. I thought it looks like the Herald. So, but that's it. So Elementals. What is it? Ice King favorite character from that?
I reckon from the whole story in general, I really like Ice King, and then I think it's Ice King and then Jones as well. Jones is a really well played out character.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
I think he's done an awesome job with it. I just forgot his name, but an awesome job. Hopefully, we see more. I was trying to go around and see what Matthew Mercer's doing, but he's not. He didn't give me anything. I've been looking through their tweets of all the voice actors, which sounds a bit. But I was looking through each voice actor to see if they give any sort of indication. But obviously, they're not going to. But hopefully, we get a bit of Matthew Mercer. That'd be kind of good. Midas.
Yeah.
But we probably won't. But anyway, any last words, Tedious?
No. Not really.
Not really.
I think
well,
that sounds very anticlimactic.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's a great ending.
That's fine. where they can go and follow you, I guess, if no one here follows you, which they probably should do.
I guess you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Pretty much just YouTube, TikTok. TikTok I don't really post on. I should probably get on that. But subscribe to me and make me win the subscriber race against Jay.
Oh yes, we're having a subscriber race because we're close. Didis is on 6,200 and I'm on 6,400.
I gotta actually start posting videos.
I'll make my channel tonight. I'll make my channel
here we go.
tonight.
Go on.
People love me.
And then he's gonna get to 6,300.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna make a joke because you were. Never mind.
Oh, what? I am what now? What are you gonna call me?
That's what his channel's gonna be.
What are you gonna call me?
you're a trash bin.
What were you gonna call me, Jake? What were you gonna call me?
Guys, follow Tedious. Follow Lit when he finally makes a YouTube channel. Guys, we might play some games after this, but obviously I'm going to end this stream, so it's a different stream. But guys, subscribe. Obviously, let me win the subscriber wall. It's been your boy, Mr. JLY. It's next time. Bye bye. See you in about